tv.com/GMB.
Oh, how lovely. An Indian summer, and very welcome it is too. Still to come, with the Duchess of Cambridge bedridden with morning sickness, we're meeting one mum who went through the same thing, and so she's refusing to have another baby.
Full stop.
That's it. Just stops at one. That's next.
Nick, thanks very much for that. We're joining us now is Dr. Hilary and also Amanda Shortman, who suffered with the same condition as Kate. Good morning to both of you. And Dr. Hilary, just start by explaining, because a lot of women have morning sickness.
Yes.
I felt
Yes.
it. And then there are a number of women who are actually sick, but this is then something beyond that, isn't it?
This is hyperemesis gravidarum, in other words, excessive nausea and sickness of pregnancy. And about 25% of pregnant women will become nauseous but not be sick. About 45% will actually have physical sickness, so 70% altogether. But about 1% or slightly less might have hyperemesis gravidarum, which is much more serious because they can lose up to 5% of their body weight, become quite seriously nutritionally deficient and dehydrated, a miserable condition, and it can go right beyond the first trimester up until the birth. So it's extended as well.
It's brutal, and just 1% as well, man. I mean, you're so unlucky to have experienced it. When did it kick in for you, and how bad did it get?
I felt nauseous before I even knew I was pregnant. By week 5 I was being sick. By week 6 I was pretty much bedbound. It comes on very, very quickly.
And when you say bedbound, sort of how like all day, just?
Yeah, if I tried to get out of bed, I would be sick.
And could you eat or drink anything at that stage?
No, I survived on about 300 millilitres a day. At one point, that was my worst point.
And of course, the important thing is that the baby that's growing gets as much nutrition and everything that it possibly can. So there's that awful conflict because you know you're feeling ill, but you've got to feed the baby. It must have been really difficult.
It was really scary, and you worry how you're going to survive, let alone the baby. I went backwards and forwards to my doctors, was told, we can see you're dehydrated, but there's nothing we can do. I lost over 10% of my pre-pregnancy weight, and I was really ill. And to keep going back and be told there's nothing we can do is really heartbreaking and scary. You don't know what's going on.
And Dr. Hilary, we know that Catherine had to be hospitalised, didn't she, last time this happened? Doctors are treating her at Kensington Palace at the moment. What sort of treatments are there available? Are there things that can help?
Well, they'll try and avoid using pharmaceutical drugs to stop the sickness in the first stages of pregnancy. So there are natural things like ginger and acupuncture, which in some trials have been shown to be quite useful, but not usually for hyperemesis where it's really severe. So there are medicines that can be used which are considered safe, antihistamines, certain antihistamines, and there are certain antiemetics which suppress the sickness. But they probably will tend to steer clear of that if they possibly can. So maybe an intravenous drip to give a fluid if necessary, if sips of fluid aren't enough. So there are things that can be done, and clearly Amanda was undertreated. She should have been hospitalised. She had a horrible time psychologically. It's affected her long term.
But actually, Amanda, it's put you off so much that's it. You don't want to have another child now because of it.
No, I can't face it again.
How long did it last?
I was sick all the way through.
Right up to more or less bad?
I mean, it got better gradually, but I was still sick right to the very end. And it's just made me so determined to help other people. So, I now work for the Charity Pregnancy Sickness Support, and I talk to sufferers every single day. And so you never forget it. You just hear these women every day telling you the same thing, that they're suffering so much. They're not getting the medication that they need, and, we give them the information to try and go back to their GP and say, actually, this isn't what I expected. Most women expect a certain level of sickness, but when it goes beyond that, you need that help.
Yeah, it's so tough, so tough.
One of the things that's good is that provided a woman is putting on at least 7 kilos, usually the baby's absolutely fine and unharmed because the baby's protected through nutrition through the mother, even if she's not eating.
Yeah.
So she's losing weight, the baby's doing okay. And interesting, what hasn't been mentioned in any of the newspapers is that Kate will probably almost certainly have an ultrasound scan just to rule out a very rare complication called a molar pregnancy, where the placenta doesn't develop normally and produces massive amounts of ACG hormone, which is the main cause of it. So she'll probably have one of those, and I'm sure it'll be normal. It's pretty rare.
That's the most important thing. Just one thing, do like a bet, Hilary. Does morning sickness and this sort of sickness, can it err towards being a boy or a girl?
No.
No?
No indication.
That's a shame. That's an old wife tale as well. Thank you so much for coming in, Amanda.
But it does predict a healthy baby.
Is it healthy?
If you've got the hormones, if you've got lots of hormones there, that's a good sign.
It doesn't make you feel that much better though, when you're doing it, does it? But yeah, thank you for that.
Now that Andy is